We're doing a in-tank fuel filter on this Hyundai Venue. New cars will store their fuel filter in with the fuel pump module in here. So if you're lucky, you get a little inspection hole underneath the back seats. But in some cases, you'll have to drop the fuel tank, which is a bit annoying, just to service it. But we got pretty lucky with this one. So you just got to disconnect the fittings and the plug, untwist that, pull it out, replace a few things and O-rings, and pop it back in, which you shall see now. That's the breather line, so any like vapors will excrete through that. And now is where everything goes downhill, because we've just exposed ourselves to hydrocarbons. And you know what happens when you inhale hydrocarbons, mate? The job gets really hard for no reason. Bop him off. Oh, actually, number one tip when you do stuff like this with the fuel tank, get your little air gun and blow away all the dust, because you don't want that going in the fuel tank. That would be horrible. Watch your eyes. Nice. I got him. Yeah, it can be a bit stubborn sometimes, but now we're there. And this is your fuel pump module with your level sender and the filter. Look at that, it barely fits in there. You always got to be careful to not bend the sender for the level, otherwise the fuel tank will not read right. You got to be quick, don't get it all over the interior. That's the filter in here. That's what we're replacing. I don't know, you probably won't have another chance to look inside the fuel tank, so it's good to just look for any corrosion or any bits of dirt. And I just cover it up for the time being so we don't get anything fall in there. It's a pretty windy day, so. And on to replacing the filter. This is what the filter looks like, straight out the box. It's this little thing located in there. So we'll get to pull it apart and show you all the fun things. All right, now that comes off. Look, there's an O-ring in here. Got to put it back on or it's not going to seal. Pretty easy to forget them. So that's going to go there. That's what we need to pull out. Then that's the pump in the middle. So it's going to pull fuel through the pump and go through the filter out through the top. Just unclip that. We're getting closer. You can see the filter now. Be careful, O-ring. There'll be O-rings in there. We'll take this little sieve off the bottom and clean it out while we're here too. Slide off. Then we take the fuel pressure regulator off. Just a little cap. Whoa. In earlier injection systems, these are found like on the fuel rail. It's the fuel pressure regulator. Just regulates the fuel pressure. Keep that in there, not to get lost. There's a few O-rings as well, so be careful. And look, see that tiny one in there? How easy is that to miss? Tiny little O-ring. Imagine you don't put that in, you just game over, mate. Got to replace him. Back on there so we don't lose him. It's good to check the little sieve, little mesh sieve. Doesn't look like too much contamination. A little bit of something there, but I wouldn't be concerned. Should be okay. All right, and now we're pretty much there. We can just pull out the fuel pump. A few little tabs. Oh, off she goes. Sweet. So that's like another kind of seal for the pickup for the fuel pump. I feel like this should go through, yeah, the bottom. That was a struggle, but we got it. Don't forget the O-ring. So I can put this to the side and grab the new filter. We're getting there, mate, almost there. Put them next to each other, double check there's no more O-rings. If you look right in that top little hole of the old one, can you see how it's black? Yeah, that's the old filter element, all filthy, filled with black stuff. And the new one there is nice and clean. Just take this surrounding piece off, and then that's it, that's our old filter. On the new one, now you've got to figure out the orientation, mate. That's it. You see all the clips line up. This little notch there, there she goes. All right, now we've got to stuff this thing back in. O-ring. What number O-ring is that, mate? Like 27, like another one. Bit of petroleum grease to assist with the installation. It's probably a bit too much. Just pop them on there. The petroleum grease is going to dissolve the second it gets in the fuel, but it's just to help with the installation. And this O-ring here, you can stuff this into its home now. You see that little orifice? Yeah, that's it. Tuck him in. It's got a little seat as well. I like to just watch it as I push it in. Make sure the O-ring doesn't get pinched and try to push it as straight as possible so it doesn't get kinked. That's us. That should be it. And our little pickup for the fuel pump. Give it a quick blast, quick clean out. This is just a Venturi solvent blaster. It's got brake cleaner in here, just clean it out a bit. Maybe it's a little bit better. Just a bit more grease. I just want to make sure the fuel pump's seated nice. Yep, doesn't wiggle around. It looks nice and even, straight, flat. Just pop it in, same as the pump. You want it to be nice and straight. Just pop in there nice. Make sure the O-rings don't get kinked. Put his little cap on. We're getting there. Sweet, and that little O-ring before that almost got us. Boop. Obviously do a pressure test when you put the car back together. That O-ring seals on this part here. Just trying to figure out what it was for. So lining up, I'm most concerned about this because this will kind of all just sit where it wants, but I want this to be seated right and the O-ring to not pinch on itself. Just trying my best to look in there while I do it. Little tab that lines it up. You want to be gentle but forceful with intent, you know what I mean? Like, that looks pretty good. All right, spring and circlip, that's all we got left. Excuse a little bit more Vaseline. Everyone loves Vaseline, mate. Multi-purpose, let's do it. Oh mate, get in there. Hold on, I have forgotten something. Sweet, so now that's down there. We can plug the fuel pump back in, and the level sender we didn't unplug, that's still there. Put the harness back in its little home, and we're back where we need to be. All right, that was close. Let's say you do in-tank fuel filter, mate. Now we're ready to reinstall. This is the level sender, so when your tank's empty, it'll be like down here. You slowly fill it up, and it'll go up here, fill up. This is called a potentiometer. So as this sender moves past the potentiometer, the resistance will change, which is what will change the level on your dash. Pretty straightforward. Just before we put it in, a bit more Vaseline on for the O-ring, where it seals onto the tank. Sweet, that sits in there good, and in she goes. Just got to get the angle of the dangle. It almost did come off just then, but re-secured it. And you want it to be orientated the right way. See these little dashes? Dash 1 and 2. And then obviously the lines will only go on one way. So now it's a bit tricky. You kind of need someone to push down while you spin this locking collar back on. She's closing. Yeah, that's what it needed, mate. See, it just locked into place there. It's in between the little... We're there, brother. Thanks for coming. Need to find out which one's the feed and then do a quick pressure test. So if we have leaks, we know about it now, not when the customer has the car. Chuck the breather back on and plug him back in for the time being. And I'm just gonna flick the key. I need you to tell me which one squirts fuel. It'll be that one or this one. The blue one. Sweet. Pop that one on. So we've got this fuel pressure tester. I'm going to hook up this fuel pressure tester to the fuel pump, and then I'm going to do what's called a pressure hold test, I guess. You just start the car and it'll reach its normal operating fuel pressure, and you switch it off and just leave the tester on there for say like half an hour, and just make sure that the pressure doesn't just wean back into the tank, because that would prove to us that there's an O-ring that's not settled right, or something's kinked, there's something not right. You should be able to hold the pressure for at least half an hour. Not all the pressure, it'll drop a little bit, but it should hold enough so that you can come back, flick the car, and it'll just start straight up away. It's not going to have to prime again. So that's, yeah, just why we get a nice little check, so we don't give it to the customer and then they go to start and it's like... I like this fuel pressure tester, it's quite easy to use. Lots of adapters and whatnot. In and out, pretty straightforward. In from the fuel pump, and then out to the car. Get the line, and now we can start the car and everything, and we can still monitor our fuel pressure. Alright, this might spray fuel, so be aware. Alright, nah, I think it's gonna hold pressure. I think we're alright. I think it was leaking, so it was kind of like a false test. Just gonna double check that it's all good, just like normally without the pressure tester. This is a fun bit, you get to just bash it with a hammer. Just flatten him out again. We'll start it up pretty good, so I'll just do the rest of the service and we'll double check that it starts up when we come down again. Not. And that's how you do a fuel filter in the tank. In-tank fuel filter.